Okay, so for question 2, part A, the question is asking, is the particle speeding up or slowing down at t equals 4? So you know that you have to find velocity and acceleration. So first you write down the velocity equation, and then you have to put like acceleration on the other side and take the derivative of velocity to find acceleration, which would be negative 2t plus 6. And since it's asking at t equals 4, you just plug in 4 and then you'll get your answer. Negative 4 squared plus 6, 4, which should be negative 16 plus 24, and that would equal to 8. And then for here, you just plug in 4 again. Negative 2, 4 plus 6, negative 8 plus 6, which becomes negative 2. So just finding this is like a point, but you have to do your justification. So you would say the particle at t equals 4 is slowing down because they have opposite signs at t equals 4. And then this would be your second point. For question 2, part B. So the question is asking, at what time does the particle change direction? And when you see a question like this, or when it asks changing direction or left and right, then you know you're dealing with velocity. So you start off with writing the velocity, and for this one, you have to find the zeros of velocity, and you do that by setting velocity equals 0. So for here, I factor out a negative t, which left me with t minus 6 equals velocity. And whenever you see like a t outside on its own, that means t equals 0. So that's 1. And the other one would obviously be t equals 6, because t minus 6 equals 0, and then you plus 6, then you get t equals 6. And for here, you have to make a chart on the side. So you start off with time, velocity, and position. So your two zeros are 0 and 6, so you put them in order, 0, 6. For here, you have to plug in numbers in between. So like right here, I would plug in v equals negative 1 to make it easy. This one would be v1, this one v7. And when you plug that in, you would get, so you get negative, positive, negative. So down here it would look like this. And when you get that, you should, that's good. So then you turn to your justification, and you see here that it changes because the signs change. So it goes negative, positive, positive, negative. And so there's two answers to this, and you start by saying the particle at t equals 0 changes direction because it goes from left to right. And from here, you can see at t equals 6, it goes from positive to negative. So you just write the same justification, and you would say the particle at t equals 6 changes direction because it goes from right to left.